Okay, so the Pokemon Presents is almost here, and that right there is fantastic. But what could we be seeing during this Pokemon Presents? All right. So the first thing that we're probably going to be seeing is some more news about Pokemon Legends ZA. Now that is probably going to happen because we got to know, is this game worth it? Should you get this game? Hey, is there going to be a Mega Pikachu? Not Raichu, Pikachu. Are we going to be seeing more things? Hopefully we're not completely stuck in a city for the entire time, even though it's pretty much been confirmed at this point. All of this stuff, all of these things is just lying around the noodle. Okay. So the next thing that we're probably going to be seeing is Pokemon Champions. Now, it's been a long time since we actually got any more news on Pokemon Champions. We got to know the release date. We got to know what's happening in this game. Can you use Pokemon Home? Can you use all of those applications that maybe help you gain Pokemon levels or something like that? Can you transfer your Pokemon in this game? Who knows? Or do you have to buy all of the things from the game by like just playing and battling and whatever? Anyways, so the next thing that we're probably going to be seeing is another third-party type of game, like a spin-off Pokemon game. But maybe it's going to be a style of mystery dungeons and maybe Rumble Blast, because usually we see some sort of dungeon crawler game, which is the free game. Like if you look at a game like Pokemon Quest, if you look at a game like Rumble World, those were free games and they were pretty fantastic. So what leads me to believe if we're probably going to be seeing another free game that's not just Pokemon Champions. So I'm hoping that we see an update for Pokemon Quest. Now, this is not necessarily a thing that we're probably going to be seeing, but I hope that we see Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Pokemon Quest that gives you all the extra things that China actually currently has for that game, because it would be fantastic to see all of the different generations for Pokemon Quest. Okay, so the next big game that we're probably going to be seeing, hopefully seeing, is Pokemon Black and White. Now, Pokemon Black and White should be the next game on the remake list. Now, if you've been following along from the remake list, we started off with Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, we went on to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, then we went on to the 3DS versions, the ORS games, then we got the Diamond and Pearl remakes on Nintendo Switch, and now we should be getting Generation 5. So maybe we could be seeing that in 2025 or 2026 because it's the 40th anniversary of Pokemon, which is really great. Maybe we'll see that. And then the next thing that we're probably going to be seeing is maybe a sneak peek on Generation 10, which Generation 10 is supposed to be taking place in the Cyclades. So my guess is we're probably going to be seeing some weird little random trailer that's just gonna be like, okay, so the guy walking through a hallway or something like that, and then he opens up a mystery box, he starts playing a game, and boom, all of a sudden we're inside of the islands, and it's like to be continued in 2026 or something like that. But maybe that's something that we could be seeing during this Pokemon Presents. It's probably going to happen at the end. We'll see maybe Generation 5 before the Presents actually ends. And we'll see all of the stuff up games in there. We'll probably see another mobile game and updates for current games. Like probably another update for Pokemon Unite. Another update for Pokemon XD, or what do you call that game? Anyways, probably more updates for that, and maybe an update on the Pokemon games that are coming to Nintendo GameCube. So yeah, overall, that's some pretty great things. Now we're probably going to be seeing something on Pokemon Go, because we haven't really seen a lot of things on Pokemon Go so far, but I mean, if you've been following Pokemon Go, you probably know what's going on with that. We also probably going to be seeing more mobile games like Pokemon TCG Pocket, the next Pocket set, which is probably going to be something that have to do with Black and White, probably. And then to end it all off, or to just throw it into the pile, we're probably going to be seeing something about the TCG packs that are getting scalped off the shelves, but hopefully you can get your hands on it if you're, wanting to get the TCG. So yeah, overall, those are probably the things that we're going to be seeing. Now, things that I actually hope that we see in this Pokemon Presents. I'm honestly hoping that we see something that's like a Switch Online style of DS emulation device or something that you're able to finally bring over all the old original Pokemon games to Nintendo Switch 2, maybe even Nintendo Switch 1, and then you can play those old Pokemon games to your heart's content. Imagine playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver on a Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch 1. Now you might be asking, okay, what about the second screen? That's pretty easy. There would just be a little mode on the side that you're able to put the top screen on the left side and the bottom screen on the right side. You can do something like that. That would probably make a lot of sense and it would work. And how you would access that is by using either the controllers, or if you're playing in handheld mode, you can just use that. You can use the mouse control if you want to, if you're playing like on dock mode or whatever. But overall, I think that that would work perfectly fine if they add some kind of emulation device for Pokemon games. That would be pretty fantastic. It's probably not going to happen, but this is things that I'm having high hopes on, high hopes. Okay, so now that we have the Nintendo Switch 2, maybe we can see a limited edition Nintendo Switch 2. Now I know, it's probably not Pokemon companies, hey, there's going to be a Legends ZA Nintendo Switch 2. It's probably Nintendo that's going to announce that. But maybe could we be seeing a limited edition Nintendo Switch 2 that is Legends ZA? I would honestly be so sad, but it would be cool for players that haven't actually gotten a Nintendo Switch 2 and they want to get the Pokemon Legends ZA style of, Nintendo Switch 2. So yeah, congratulations for that. So overall, that's pretty much things that we're probably going to be seeing in the Pokemon Presents. I think it's going to be pretty fantastic. There's a lot of things here that you can break down. There's a lot of things that I'm really excited for. Like, I'm really excited to see what in the world is going on with Pokemon Legends ZA. Is it looking to be a great game? Because right now, I'm not so sure, because Legends Arceus really set a high totem pole for me. I was like, okay, so if this game is like a semi-open world game, I'm able to go in different areas and capture Pokemon. The next Pokemon game is going to be open world, right? But it turns out we're stuck in the city. But maybe it's just a rumor. Some Nintendo employee was like, oh yeah, you know what? It's actually not completely in the city. But I'm pretty sure it was already announced in the Direct. But maybe they decide to change it. I'm having my high hopes that they decide to change that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And with that being said, hope you have a fantastic day. And hey, if you like this style of content, consider to watch this video right here. This video will break down all of my top 21 favorite Pokemon games. So consider to give it a watch. Trust me, it's really interesting and it'll keep you mind blown. Like, it'll give you a mind blown. Poof. Anyways, thanks a lot. See you in the next one.